Salutations, Guardians. It's Chris Peralta from PS Rewind, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to do a review of Destiny 2's new expansion, The Witch Queen. As always, guys, subscribe, a like, always appreciate it. Just saw the other day, woke up 400 subscribers, could not believe it. The channel is growing and it is awesome. But yeah, guys, if you're new to Destiny, if you've been out of the loop of Destiny, this is the perfect time to jump back into this game. You know, as always with my reviews, I want to start with the positives, and then we'll jump into some of the negatives, comments that I have about the expansion itself. But as always, guys, let's jump into it. Destiny is like a roller coaster. It has its lows and it has its highs. But lately, I really think Bungie has been riding a high. The last couple expansions since Forsaken have just been knocking it out of the park. The last couple seasons that interwoven some of the narratives in this new expansion have been pretty epic. The lore has been getting so much better, so much more dynamic. It's awesome that we're getting to see more of this inside the game itself. But I truly believe this is one of Destiny's best expansions. I think it even outshines the Taken King, and that was one of my favorite expansions of all time. That one was truly, truly epic. You know, without going into spoilers, the story is epic. I don't want to spoil the story for anyone that is going to pick up the expansion or new players, because I think it should be experienced on its own. But one of the first things that I actually really enjoyed from this expansion was the inclusion of a hard mode, or legendary mode, as they call it. And I think it brought the perfect amount of challenge without feeling overwhelmed, but also really benefited you, or really gave you that balance of rewards for trying or doing it on a legendary or a harder mode. And I really appreciate it. It really gave me that accomplishment that I'm really feel like I'm not like too just being like completely out of the loop, like being destroyed, but then also at the same time really being able to experience it and do get a challenge out of it, but also feeling rewarded. I really enjoyed that through just the campaign itself. I thought that was a great inclusion. One of the next awesome things was this expansions was the new Sandbox, the Throne World. You know, one of the things that I really liked about the Taken King was the Dreadnought. I loved just the atmosphere, and it felt like you were really exploring something different compared to playing Destiny. With Destiny 2, and especially the Witch Queen, the Throne World is like this open area where you have to experience and uncover these mysteries, or there's just so much activities actually on the map itself. Like there's daily or weekly missions that change it up to give you feel that you are really experiencing something new with this expansion, and I really appreciated that with it. So one of the key features that was in Beyond Light was the new unique abilities Stasis. And with that, we also got a new way to really expand upon and also kind of like critique or basically stylize how we want our supers to go, like our powers, which I think is an awesome inclusion. With this one, with the Witch Queen, we got a rework 3.0 of Void. I really like this. I've seen a couple complaints where people felt like they were just too overpowered, but honestly, I felt like it's a right amount of abilities. You can change how the playstyle, you can, you know, curve it to how your playstyle. And this is one of the first times where I really felt like I wasn't just so underpowered or not being able to match it. I did feel like maybe in some parts I felt a little bit overpowered, but I felt like it was a natural overpowered. Like it wasn't something like just, you know, broken. I really enjoyed that about Void 3.0. I main a Titan, and this is something that I really liked. I've been feeling like a straight monster going into some of these strikes or some of these missions. One of the nice inclusions of this expansion was, you know, platforming and puzzles. That was something I feel like was sorely missing, especially since the Taken King was having like these crazy puzzles, or like just not even crazy, just fun. Like sometimes the game, we just want to have fun also. Like you're grinding out hours at a time. Sometimes you just want to be able to like have some fun with it. And I think that's a really nice inclusion for the Witch Queen is that we're able to do like these puzzles or platforming to get to somewhere, or just experience like get to a certain area of the level. I think that was really cool, and I think that's a big ups for this. One of the best things about this expansion was the music. The music is fantastic all throughout the campaign. The music is just in your ear, and it's perfect. Like the parts where it is just needs to be bombastic, the tracks are hitting. Where the tones are so somber, it doesn't miss. And then on the other parts where you're going through these like dark areas and you got this alien techno playing, it goes with what you're doing. And I think they knocked it out of the park with this expansion, especially with the music. Now, I'm not going to play any of the music, unfortunately. I don't want to be copyrighted. I just want this to set through. But the soundtrack is available on most streaming services. So I'd highly recommend checking it out on there if you can. Like, it is worth it. The music is awesome. And having that coincide with this amazing narrative experience with the music, I mean, it makes for a perfect experience with it. And that's something I really, really enjoyed with this expansion, was the music. One of the new additions to Destiny 2, the Witch Queen, was finally the ability to craft weapons, and then you can also reshape them. So you can make the weapons itself, and then you can also reshape them how you want. With enough resources, you can go back in and change some of the perks that you want on it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not really big on crafting items or weapons. Even in other games, it's the same way. I'm not really a big craft person. I kind of like the grind, or I like the excitement of getting those loot drops, I guess you could say. I do think it's an awesome inclusion if you do want to grind specifically for a weapon with the perks that you want. I think that is a nice way, but I also miss the way of doing it in Destiny 1 with the glass needles. And being able to just rework like that. I'm not really a fan of crafting in any game. So with that one, that's the only one that would be, I would guess, that's my personal opinion. If you like that kind of stuff in a video game, then you might really like it. It adds a variety to the expansion. Now, that's mostly the positives. I mean, there's a lot that is awesome with this expansion. But if I had to give any small negativity, I guess it would be more not with the expansion itself, but more with the game. Now, I don't mind a good grind. I enjoy a fun grind. But I feel like lately with the game, some of the grindiness is just too much. I don't even know if that's a word. But the grind is it's just too much sometimes. Especially when this launched, there was a lot of games that launched. These last 2 months have been jam-packed with great titles. And Destiny is getting to a point where the game just demands so much of your time. And you could see that as a good thing. You can also see that as a bad thing. I like to experience a lot of games. I want to keep playing and seeing new stories or experience new multiplayers. And that's one of the things where some of the grindiness, like stun so many champions or these Vanguard strikes, we haven't really got anything new, especially with Crucible. We haven't really got any new maps, nothing like that. They did rework Gambit, which I see a lot of negativity on Gambit. I'm a big fan of Gambit. I think it's a fun variety. You get to play against PvE and a mix of PvP. So I think I like it. I personally like it, but that's just my only, if I was to say if I had a really big negative, it would just be some of the grind. Sometimes it's a bit too much. And I really wish they would somehow work that a little bit. Like, I understand you want to extend the playtime and keep players engaged in the game. But at the same time, it's a little much. It's just a little much. If you're listening and you are a fan of Destiny, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, what you think about the grind or what you guys think about the expansion itself. I'd love to hear, you know, something else. If you guys have a different point, I would love to really hear it. One of the best things about Destiny, and it's something that I've had experience, you know, with this game specifically, is, you know, especially with Destiny 1, I'm always going to remember having the great raid times and stuff like that with friends, meeting new people over the internet and experiencing the game with them. And I've had no doubt with the same thing with Destiny 2. I even had a friend, somebody I just follow on Twitter, it's Dabs, shout out to him, man. We ended up just, he DM'd me, we just started playing some of the campaign. You know, he's from the UK, and it was just a nice experience that the game brought together, where I was chatting with somebody else, you know, chatting it up with about their experiences over there, over my experiences over here in America. And that's just something that I hold dear to the game itself, is just being able to meet people and have great memories with that, you know? And that's something I'm never going to be able to take away from this game, and I don't ever want to, because that's one of the best things I think about Destiny, is that, sure, there's a lot of negatives, and this game has, like I said, is a roller coaster. It has its ups, it has its downs, but overall, this game, it's really good. But yeah, highly recommend the expansion. If you're new, definitely this is, I think, the perfect time to jump into Destiny and really experience it. If you've been out of the loop, like I've said, this is also another perfect time to jump in and experience the game. But yeah, guys, as always, I just want to say a huge thank you again to all the subscribers who've been checking out the channel. Without you guys, it really means a lot, especially, like I said the other day, got up, energized me, because the uploads have been sporadic. But like I said, these last 2 months, there've just been so many good games coming out that I just have not had the time to really want to, not necessarily want to do a video, but my goal has always been that playing video games would always supersede the channel itself. Like I game first, and then when I have some really good thoughts or a rant, that's when I want to jump in and create a video for you guys. But really appreciate, you know, like I said, woke up 400 subscribers. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, and I can't wait to see. I got some ideas for some videos that I'm gonna come up with, and the uploads, I don't know, but I definitely can't wait for you guys to check it out. It's gonna be so cool. But as always, guys, I want to say thank you. So as always, peace.